Well, Coach, I mean, you said that Baylor, not a team to be taken lightly, but some of the girls figure it's the first time at their World Series, so it's got to be definitely an advantage point for you guys.
Well, yeah, I told them, this morning. I said, one of the things we've got to take advantage of is, we've got people that have been there before, and Baylor's going to be very excited. And playing at Oklahoma City for the first time is always an adventure with a young team and people that have never been there before. So, we need to take advantage of that and be the aggressor. But Baylor's, they're a good team. They're a solid team. They've got good speed. They've got some power. They've got good pitching. Play good defense. They're aggressive. We just need to bring our A game.
You talk about a senior in Chelsea Mason. I mean, every time we ask you about it, you're just proud of the fact that she's come along so well this year. Kind of to talk about that experience.
Well, I think, there's a transition year no matter whether you're a freshman or whether you're a JC transfer. And I thought last year that, it took a while for Chelsea to really get comfortable, with the University of Arizona and comfortable with herself and with the team. And, we spent a half a year just trying to make her feel good, I tried to coddle her. I tried to do everything. And then finally just took a time when I just ripped her, And, after that, I think she finally realized that, if she was going to help herself, she's got to be willing to do that, and she has. And she's come back with a whole different approach to the game, and I think you find that she's been more consistent this year because her mindset, I think, is much more stable. And I'm proud of the fact of that. I mean, that's what, as a coach, that's what you want to see out of all your players. And, we've talked all year about this game and how it's a game of failure, and getting kids to understand that and deal with that is probably my toughest job.
How does her experience from the junior college level to now, I guess, fit into the mold of the kind of players you like to recruit?
Well, it's hard to say with, what kind of experience the JC gives you. I mean, obviously, sometimes it kind of inflates yourself because, you can put up numbers in junior college that you're not going to put up here. So there's always going to be that transition. But, she, when I saw her, I was very impressed with her athletic ability. I thought she played the game like a guy. And I liked her hands, and I liked her bat speed, and I liked her quickness, and I wish I could have had her for 4 years because I think she could be a great player. And I'm just happy right now that I feel that she's been very productive for us this year. And truthfully, I'm looking forward to her having a great College World Series because we're going to need that.
And the other senior in the lineup, Caitlin Lowe, she's basically the poster child of somebody that's willing to run through a wall for you.
Well, Caitlin Lowe is a poster child for what you want out of a athlete. I mean, she practices at the same level she plays the game, and that's something that you try to get every kid to understand. But Caitlin comes to play, and she comes to play whether you're playing a sandlot pickup game on Sunday afternoon or you're playing in the College World Series, and that's what makes her so special. And then obviously, the speed doesn't hurt. She's a kid that can kill you many different ways, and great hand-eye coordination, great eyes. Strong arm. I mean, she's got a lot of tools. If she was a guy, she probably could be making some money. I don't know about the slapping part, but she definitely is one of the premier players in the country, and I'm just very proud and very honored to have her here for the last 4 years because it's been fun, and I can say this with a straight face, fun every day, watching her go about her task. And she's going to be a great player, I think, at the next level, and. She has left a legacy here at Arizona, and I think that's what every kid wants to do.
Where is she in the pantheon of best players you've had here?
Well, I think she's one of the best. One of the best leadoff hitters, one of the best defensive players that we've had. It's so hard when people ask that question here at Arizona because we've had so many good ones. And, I look at an Allison McCutcheon or Allison Johnson she was pretty dominant too, so I feel like Caitlin, will go up there as one of the best that have played the game, and especially in this era. I think when Allison played here, we had I think a little deeper team athletically. Game was not quite the way it is now, and for Caitlin to do what she's doing now, I think is pretty good because I think people do a better job now of scouting and preparing for games and preparing for hitters, and for her to be able to put up the numbers even when they know what she can do, it's pretty phenomenal.
quite a collection of teams. No California teams for the first time, I guess, ever.
Yeah.
What does it say about the sport and what's going on?
Well, we've talked about the parity, and I think the parity's here. There's a lot of good teams in this country, and I think the process also of getting there is a little bit tougher. The super regional is I think a great thing, but you can get a pretty tough match up there and have two really good teams that could probably do well at the College World Series, but one of them's not going to go. And I think that's a statement for the game of softball as to where it's at right now. You're seeing more money put in the game. You're seeing better coaching. You're seeing people going about their business a little more seriously, whether it's scouting or it's recruiting. And there's many more kids playing the game than there was 10 years ago. So the talent pool is getting a little larger around the country. And I think you not only have to have great players, but then you got to be able to go through the process and be able to get a chance to get there.
Does it make it even more satisfying when you look at like last year, because there was that 5-year break, and now here you are again, that you are still among the elite?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of my goals when I came here, was to be a consistent winner. And I think I'm proud of the fact that we've been able to do that, and I think a lot of it is expectations. I expect that, and kids that come here know that I expect that, and we would be very disappointed if we weren't going to Oklahoma City right now. But on the other hand, we have to be real to realize that it's getting tougher and tougher every year because a lot of things can happen. I mean, I'm probably more proud of this team's comeback. After giving up 5 runs in the first inning and Caitlin going down, I mean, without any mental toughness, this everything could have just fallen apart at that time. But I was just very proud of the way they hung in there and came back, and I think that's definitely a tribute to their character, and hopefully it's a little bit of an acknowledgement that we've done a few things to prepare them mentally.
Coach, first time for Baylor. Do you remember your first trip, what it was like, and to be in their shoes? Do you remember back?
I don't. I don't remember what I did yesterday, to tell you the truth. But, yeah, I mean, it's an exciting time, and obviously when you don't know the little things that go on and be able to prepare your team for the distractions that are there, it's kind of tough, and you see it all the time, teams that get there and they're happy to get there, and then they forget that, there's teams there that kind of know the routine, and they're there to play, and they're there to win. And I think Baylor, on the other hand, though, is going to be well prepared. Glenn Moore, who is their head coach, was with LSU when LSU was at the College World Series, so he's been there. And I'm sure they're going to do everything that they can to prepare that team. But when you take an 18-year-old kid and you put him in that arena, the juices start flowing. And if you can't control the juices, then it can be kind of tough. And so I think that there's a little bit of advantage for us because of the kids that we've had that have been through the process and understand Oklahoma City. I know for me, Oklahoma City is kind of like my second home. And it's a fun place to be.